Hello everyone. Welcome to the course of Embedded Systems and IoT Lab. In today's lab, we are going to learn how to download the Arduino IDE software, and we also going to see the installation steps, how to install it and how to use in order to write the code and upload the code onto the Arduino board. So for the first one, we are going to open the Google Chrome. From the Google Chrome, we need to type arduino.cc. So once you enter into the arduino.cc, this is how the home page looks with various tabs. So in the tabs, you can go to any one of the tab. Let's say I'm going into the products. So there you'll find right side top, you will find Arduino IDE. So as we need to install an Arduino IDE software, you need to go to the tab called Arduino IDE and click on that. Once you click on the Arduino IDE tab, you can see the latest release of the Arduino with the version. So the Arduino version is like Arduino IDE 2.3.7. Okay. So as per the requirement of my system, we can download and install the type of packages which you see over here. So as for now, as I'm using the Windows 11 or higher version, I'm going for Windows 10 and I'm downloading that file actually. So once you click on the download button, automatically the software gets downloaded. And once the software gets downloaded, we will try to install the software and how the installation process will be. Let's see. And later on, we are going to see the step-by-step procedure of how to write the code, how to select the board and the ports, how to install the libraries onto the Arduino IDE, and how to upload the code onto the board. We are going to see those. See. So once I open the Arduino software, this is how it looks. Okay. So if you see over here, there is a sketch. Sketch means that it's an editor where we can write the program with this particular name as well as month. And we can also see the Arduino version 1.8.12. It's the older version we have right now. I'm showing. Later on, I will also show the latest version. So if you see, if I click on file, we'll be getting so many options. If you click on new, a new window opens, or if I click on open, we can see several already written files over here. Okay. And if you go to edit, there are so many options where you can edit that particular sketch. Okay. You can increase the font size or you can do so many options. Once you go to sketch, we can see the indirect options, compiling, uploading, okay, all these things. And once you go to the tools, you can see all the serial monitor, serial plotter, and you can also select the type of the board, whatever you want, okay. And once you connect the board to this particular computer, you can see the port will also be enabled, okay. So if at all you want to get the board info, you can also get, and all these things will be appearing. And as I've already said, we have several options. This is verify, like compiling. Once you click on this, the program gets compiled, and once you click on this, the program gets uploaded. Okay. And this is opening a new file, and this is opening already existing file, and this is saving your file. Okay. So if you see the overall new file over here, if you see the overall new sketch over here, you can see only two kind of structures. One is void setup as well as one is void loop. Okay. So void setup and void loop is mainly used to write the program in the Arduino software or the Arduino IDE. Okay. So these are the two major structures. We will be again discussing what are the structures and all those things. Okay. So this is an old version of an Arduino. And let me open the newer version to open. So see, the window has been opened. See, there is a little bit of graphical user interface changes. Okay. So if you see over here also we can find file, okay, from which you can create a new sketch, open a sketch, or you can also see several examples over here and all those things. Okay. And you can also see a edit option, sketch option. Okay. And if you go to the tools, you can also see different types of boards over here. Okay. Different types of boards over here. And if the board is connected, you can also see the port is getting enabled. Okay. And if you see over here, there are few more options added at the left side. Okay, so this is a sketchbook, this is a board manager. These all are shortcuts which are added in the newer version. Okay, and if you see at the right side, okay, top, you can find a serial plotter and the serial monitor, everything is there. And you have also a bar over here. Once the board is connected, you can directly see the types of boards over here. Okay, and this is old type of buttons. If you click on this, the program gets compiled, and if you click on this, the program gets uploaded to the board. Okay, this is how the whole setup is for newer version. If you see over here, we have opened a new sketch, right? So it is showing a sketch this month, March and 20 of today's date, and the Arduino IDE version is 2.0.4. Okay, as we have not connected any board, it is showing no board selected. Okay, so as we are going to learn about introduction to Arduino programming. So before getting into the concept of Arduino programming, first we need to know actually what is an Arduino. Okay, so what is an Arduino? Arduino is an open source electronics platform based on easy to use hardware as well as software. Okay, so it's a development board, and also it's also comes with a software a compiler. Okay, such that we can write a program and dump the code into that particular development board. Okay, so what are these Arduino boards actually? See, these Arduino board can read inputs like a data from a sensor, like a light on a sensor, a finger on a button, or some sort of messages. Okay, so we can also activate a motor, turn an LED on and off. Okay, or publishing something online. So all these Arduino development boards can take inputs or read inputs and also give the respective outputs based on the program written and dumped or uploaded into that particular controller. Okay, now the main advantage of Arduino is it also simplifies the process of working with controller. Okay, so it's an open source with extensible software. So Arduino software is also published as an open source tools. It is easily available in the internet free of cost. Okay, so and it can be also extendable by the experienced programmers. Okay, so not only that, it can be also a open source as well as extensible hardware. Okay, so these Arduino boards can be coming in several varieties, designs, and versions as well. Okay, so in whoever the programmers or the designers are, they can easily play with this particular Arduino development board with respect to the hardware. Okay, and inexpensive. They are very much less in cost compared to Raspberry Pis or some sort of development boards. Okay, so coming to the platforms, they can easily, these Arduino softwares can easily run on Windows, Mac, Linux operating systems. Okay, but whereas coming to another 8051 or some other microcontrollers, they are just limited to the Windows. Okay, so Arduino software or the development board hardware, both are very, very easy to use and also very much famous for developing various applications. So if you coming to see the features of Arduino, okay, this is what the Arduino, okay, one type of Arduino, what we see over here, it's basically a development board on which there is an microcontroller on it. Okay, so open source, it is an open source based electronic programmable board, okay, which has an microcontroller on it along with the software. Okay, so it comes in two. One is Arduino hardware, that is the development board which comes with a microcontroller. Another one is a software, okay, in which we write the program, okay, compile it and upload it to this particular board. Okay, so it also accepts all the analog as well as digital signals as inputs and gives the respective output. Okay, and no extra hardware is required to load a program into the controller board. Directly by plugging that Arduino board to a laptop using a cable. Okay, so D type to USB cable. Okay, we can easily upload the code into this particular Arduino. So these are some of the different types of Arduino boards and their features. If you see, Arduino Uno comes with 16 megahertz and as well as a controller like Atmega 328. It has a memory like 2 KB of SRAM and 32 KB of flash. It will be having 14 digital pins and 6 analog pins. Okay. Coming to Arduino Duo, we have 84 megahertz frequency. It comes with an 8091S AM3X80. Okay, type of controller. It will be having a 96 KB SRAM as well as 512 KB flash. It comes with 54 digital I/O pins as well as 12 analog pins and 2 outputs. Okay, and Arduino Mega is one of the biggest Arduino development board, which will be having a frequency, works with a frequency of 16 megahertz, and it will be having a controller called Atmega 2560, and it comes with a memory 8 KB SRAM as well as 256 KB flash, and it will be having digital I/O pins of 54 and comes with 16 input analog as well as 0 output pins. Okay. Coming to the Arduino Leonardo, it comes with again a clock frequency of 16 megahertz with a controller called Atmega 32U4, and it has a memory like 2.5 KB SRAM as well as 32 KB flash, and comes with 20 digital I/O pins and 12 analog pins. Okay. So if you see the different types of Arduino boards, these are some of the Arduino boards. There are a lot many varieties of Arduino boards. Okay. So Arduino Yun, Arduino Robot, Arduino Mega, Arduino Duo, Arduino Leonardo, Arduino Mini, Arduino Ethernet, Arduino Explorer, Arduino Nano, Arduino GSM Shield, Arduino Ethernet Shield, Arduino FIO. Okay. These all are different types of Arduino development boards with has an inbuilt or an onboard microcontroller, and very much easy to use, and comes with several varieties of features like an inbuilt GSM, inbuilt Wi-Fi, or a small in size board or whatnot. It comes with varieties of features and very fancy in order to designing various type of applications. Okay, so actually if you take a single Arduino board, okay, so the most famous and most usable Arduino variety is Arduino Uno. Okay, so this Arduino Uno comes with a microcontroller. Let me explain you like this. So this is the whole Arduino development board. It comes with a microcontroller Atmega 328P. Okay, so this is a microcontroller on board onto the Arduino Uno. And if you see over here, this whole Arduino boards, okay, we have several sections. Okay, this is the digital pin section, as well as this is the power section, and this is the analog pin section. Okay, if you carefully observe, the analog pins what we have for an Arduino Uno is A0 to A5, total 6 analog pins. And the power section, if you observe, it starts from V in. V in is nothing but the voltage input. Okay, suppose you want to power up the Arduino board. Okay, by giving a 5-volt supply to this particular V in, okay, we can power up the Arduino board, and these are the ground pins in which the negative terminal of the battery or the power supply can be connected. And this is the 5-volt pin. Suppose you want to give a power supply to a sensor or some other electronic devices connected to an Arduino, using 5-volt pin, you can give supply to that particular, and using 3.3 volts pin, you can also fetch 3.3 volts from the Arduino itself. Okay, and these are the reset as well as IO reference. All these pins are there. Okay, so the bottom part is the 6 analog pins, and the above part is the power section. And coming to the other side, we have total 14 pins. Okay, in which 0 and 1 are considered as the serial communication pin. 0 is the receiving pin, and 1 is the transmission pin. Remaining all pin number 2 to pin number 13. Okay, remaining all these pin are considered as the digital pins. Okay, so if you see over here, few pin numbers are having a wave kind of symbol. Okay, which are nothing but considered as the pulse width modulation symbols. Okay, and the remaining pins, we also have a ground over here, and this socket, this is the this socket what you see over here, it's an D-type to USB connector, through which you can also connect to a computer, PC, or a laptop. Okay, and you can also power this particular Arduino board through that particular cable. Not only that, the main purpose of using this particular socket is to, you can upload or dump the program into this Atmega 328 connected to a PC or laptop. Okay, now This button over here is considered as the reset button. Okay. So once you press that particular reset switch, it gets reset on its own. Okay. And this is the power adapter socket where you can give 9 to 12 volts power supply, and these are the regulators and the power supply attached with some capacitors, okay, such that the board takes only the 5 volts of supply even you give more than 5 volts, okay. And you can see a crystal oscillator over there which is of 16 megahertz of crystal oscillator, okay. And we have small this L is the LED which is internally connected to the 13th pin. We can see the status of transmission and reception through these particular LEDs, and we can see several capacitors, transistors, as well as resistors, and all those components are considered. Okay, so on the whole, okay, and these are the IC SP pins. Okay, so used for several processes. Okay, so on the whole, the main important pins what you need to consider is the reset pin over here, in order to, if at all you want to reset, and the cable to which PC and this particular board is connected, this is the socket for which, and the adapter where we can provide power supply, external power supply if needed. Okay, and this is the whole power supply circuit where the supply is connected, converted into the 5 volts, and we have a power supply socket. If at all you want to give, instead of giving it through an adapter, if at all you want to give power supply through a battery through using some sort of wires, you can use V in as well as ground, and remaining pins are used to fetch power supply from this Arduino board. Okay, and we have a 6 analog pins, and remaining all are the digital pins. From 0 and 1 are used for transmission and reception. These are the main pins where we need to concentrate in order to start programming with the Arduino board. Okay, so this is the basic Arduino board which is very much popular, which is considered as the Arduino Uno, on which there is an onboard microcontroller which is considered as an Atmega 328P. Okay, and coming to this particular Arduino Uno board, the operating voltage is 5 volts, and the recommended input voltage range is from 7 volts to 12 volts, and the input voltage ranges also can be given from 6 volts to 20 volts, but mostly what we prefer is like a 9 volts battery or a 12 volts adapter, or a battery, or an 5 volts operating voltage. Okay, so we have, as I've already said, we have 14 input and digital IO pins. Okay, and we have 6 analog pins, and the DC current for the input and output will be occurring around 40 milliamps. Okay, and we have also a DC current of 3.3 volts, as I've already shown you, right? And the flash memory what we have is 32 KB, SRAM is 2 KB, EEPROM is 1 KB, and the clock speed what we use is an 16 megahertz crystal oscillator clock. Okay, so these are the features of Arduino Uno. Okay, so in the further sessions, this is one of the part for an introduction to Arduino programming, where we are just introducing the Arduino, okay, and the types as well as features. In the coming session, I will be practically showing how to use this particular Arduino board, okay, how to use the Arduino software, as well as how to interface the PC or a laptop to the Arduino board, okay, and how to program it and how to upload the code. And I will be also showing small experiments how to use this particular Arduino board for programming as well as developing small projects. Okay, thank you.